Picture this. You wake up Monday morning knowing exactly what you need to do. No panic, no scrambling. Just clear focus on your best creative work. That's not a fantasy. That can be your new normal. Because let's face it, creative chaos isn't just costing you time anymore, it's literally stealing your future. Slowly, quietly, and most people don't even notice it happening. Let me explain what I mean by that. Most freelance creatives think their biggest problem is not having enough hours in the day. They're constantly saying things like, if I just had a few more hours, I could get it all done. But here's what's really happening. Every minute you spend in creative chaos, jumping between projects, scrambling to meet deadlines, working late nights, that's not just lost time. That's lost money. That's lost momentum. That's lost opportunities. That's your dream creative career slipping away a little more each day. Think about it this way. When you're constantly putting out fires, constantly reacting, constantly in survival mode, when can you actually build something bigger? When can you grow? When do you get the space to think strategically instead of just reacting? But here's where it gets really crazy. The cost of creative chaos compounds every single day. It's like financial debt, but for your creative career. And just like debt, the longer you ignore it, the worse it gets. Let's break this down with some real numbers. Say you're making $50 an hour for your creative work, but because of chaos, distraction, disorganization, constant task switching, you're only doing actual creative work for 3 hours a day instead of 6. That's $150 lost every single day. That's $750 lost every week. That's over $39,000 lost every year. And that's just in missed billable hours. That doesn't even factor in the lost energy, the burnout, or the opportunities you can't even see because you're too overwhelmed to pursue them. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is what economists call opportunity cost. It's not just about what you're losing, it's about what you're not gaining. While you're stuck in chaos mode, other creatives are building systems. They're raising their rates. They're getting the dream clients. They're building waiting lists. They're building brands. And every day you stay stuck in chaos, the gap gets wider and wider and wider. Here's what most people don't realize. The most successful creatives out there, they're not more talented than you. They're not working more hours than you. They just figured out how to escape creative chaos before it destroyed their potential. They learned something critical. Structure doesn't kill creativity, it feeds it. It protects it. It gives it space to grow. Think of it like this. A river without banks becomes a swamp. Slow, stagnant, messy. But a river with strong banks, it flows fast. It's powerful. It carves canyons. That's what proper structure does for your creativity. The hidden cost of creative chaos isn't just the money you're losing today. It's the creative legacy you'll never build. It's the impact you'll never make. It's the financial freedom you'll never achieve. Because here's the brutal truth. Every successful creative business started with someone who decided to stop accepting chaos as normal. They realized that I work better under pressure is just code for I never learned how to work without pressure. It's a survival strategy, not a success strategy. They understood that waiting for inspiration is a luxury they couldn't afford, that real professionals don't wait for the muse. They build systems that keep the muse showing up consistently. They discovered that the most creative thing you can do isn't designing a logo or writing a song. It's creating systems that give you more time, more freedom, and more focus to do your real work. But here's what's really wild about this. The solution isn't grinding harder. It's not adding more to your to-do list. It's not downloading yet another productivity app that promises to change your life. The solution is understanding that creative work follows different rules than regular work. You need systems that are built for how creative minds actually function. Most time management advice? It comes from corporate consultants who've never had to design a logo while writing a script, while replying to 3 clients on 3 deadlines. They've never had to switch between wildly different creative projects in a single afternoon. They've never had to deal with the emotional roller coaster of freelance income. That's why generic productivity methods fail for creatives. They don't get us. They're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. But when you have the right system, one built specifically for your unique creative workflow, everything changes. Instead of chaos stealing your future, structure starts building it. Instead of scrambling to keep up, you start getting ahead. Instead of working longer hours, you start working profitable hours. The creatives who figure this out don't just survive, They thrive. They become the ones charging premium rates. They become the ones with waiting lists. They're the ones taking actual vacations without feeling guilty or anxious. And the best part? They're not stressed about it. They're not burned out. They're actually enjoying their creative work again because they're not constantly in a battle with chaos. And here's the part that really gets me. Every day you wait to fix this problem, the cost gets higher, not just in money, but in creative fulfillment, in peace of mind, in momentum. Because creative chaos doesn't just affect your work, it affects your relationships, your health, your confidence, your entire quality of life. Your partner sees you always on edge. Your friends stop inviting you out because you're always too busy. Your family starts gently, or not so gently, questioning whether this whole freelance thing is really working out. And worse, deep down, you start questioning it too. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't your fault. Nobody teaches creatives how to run a business. Art school doesn't have a course on project management. No one taught you how to manage multiple clients, deadlines, and your own mental health all at once. You were taught to create, not to lead, not to systematize, not to protect your time and energy like they're the most valuable assets in your business, because they are. But the most successful creatives? They figured this out. They realized you can have creative freedom and business structure, that you can be spontaneous and systematic, that you can follow your artistic vision and build a thriving, profitable career. So the real question isn't whether you're creative enough to succeed. You already know you are. The real question is, how much longer can you afford to let creative chaos steal your future? Because every day you stay stuck in this cycle, other creatives are getting further ahead. They're building the careers you dream about. They're living the creative life you want. And that gap? It's not just staying the same, it's growing. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay this way. The moment you decide to replace chaos with structure, the moment you commit to building systems that actually support your creative brain, everything starts to shift. Your income becomes more consistent. Your stress levels drop. Your work quality skyrockets because your mental energy finally goes where it should, into your art, your craft, your ideas. You start saying no to the wrong clients. You start charging what you're actually worth. You start building something bigger than just the next deadline. So let me ask you, and really think about this. Are you ready to stop letting creative chaos steal your future? And finally start building the creative career you actually want? Because the cost of waiting isn't just what you'll lose tomorrow. It's everything you could have built starting today. If you found this helpful, and you want me to personally help you transform chaotic schedules into structured, profit-driven routines using practical productivity hacks and a step-by-step actionable roadmap, you can join my Time Transformation for Freelance Creatives below.